Welcome to another edition of the Koffee and Kramer podcast. I am Joey Kramer.
And I'm Jennifer Coffee.
And we are Koffee and Kramer. And my microphone is going to fall off any second now.
Oh, that would not be good.
You see it?
I see.
Look, it's coming down all the way.
I don't know.
So if you hear me go off completely, you know that my microphone fell and went boom.
I'll pick up the slack.
So it's been, what? Yeah, okay. Pick up the slack. Okay.
Couple weeks.
That's funny. Been a couple weeks. I mean, we're getting better.
A little bit.
I mean, it's not a month or so in between. We got done doing our Decades with Joey Kramer this week. So if you haven't heard that or you missed it, you can go to decadeswithjoeykramer.com and you could hear the entire episode of Decades with Joey Kramer.
Correct.
And we will be going on a new affiliate soon, too.
We will.
On HamiltonRadio.com or is it .net?
I don't know.
Type in Hamilton Radio. I think it's Hamilton Radio.
Because you yell at me when I bring my phone when we record.
Because when you bring your phone up, all you do is look at your phone and then you completely ignore me.
I don't.
And I like to have your attention.
Okay. Well, now I don't have my phone, so.
So now I'm trying to. When I write on the keyboard, I swear to God, I feel stupid.
Why?
Because everything I type in comes up something different.
You obviously don't push the right button.
HamiltonRadio.net.
Okay.
So
that's our big announcement.
What?
That was a big announcement.
That's a big announcement. It'll be on another affiliate.
You didn't even.
It's based out of.
Like give a drum roll or anything. You just kind of.
I don't have my drum roll set up. It's located in Tennessee, and they go all over the world. So we're hitting the big time here.
Wow.
It's
exciting.
On Decades. And Koffee and Kramer will also be a part of that eventually. That'll require us to be recording like every other day or something like that, which.
We struggle
with her
once
being
every
a teacher.
2 weeks.
You know, teachers.
Here we go. You're going to attack.
You work 4 or 5 hours a day. You're exhausted when you get home, and you don't feel like doing anything.
You're right.
I told her she's on the 4-year plan.
I am.
So
I'm at that point.
Just get out of there alive, and everything will be good. I've also given her and many teachers the advice when we go for a walk a lot, and we walk through the park. And
in our little small town where there's not many people around.
But there's always kids there. And a lot of them are former students. And all of a sudden you'll hear, Mrs. Amato, which is her, I guess I just gave away your real name. But
yeah, I don't know why you just said
anyway, but they'll yell to her. And a lot of times she would say,
stop and talk.
She would stop and turn around. And I told her, I said, listen, when you hear that.
I love seeing former students.
I understand
so
that.
I stop and talk.
But nowadays you got to be aware of your surroundings. So when they yell your name, what you need to do is you could turn around but keep on walking because the next words out of their mouth could be, get her! And I could run. I'll run faster than she can.
People ask us all the time when we're somewhere, are you so-and-so or are you? And we never know where the conversation's going to go.
Well, see, when we're somewhere and they say...
Like they're serving my food. I don't want them to do something to my food.
Out at a restaurant about 2 weeks ago. We were there and the server comes over and she says to us, are you Tony's parents? And when, if we hear Sammy, the Sam, we ought to be, yeah, we're Sam's parents. Oh, God, she's delightful. When somebody asks us if we're Tony's parents...
We don't know where to go first with that conversation.
We immediately freeze because... we're afraid of what they might do to our food back there.
Correct.
So we have to, just a matter of 2 different children and...
Tony sometimes makes enemies. Sammy kind of is a lover, not a fighter.
Tony is just like her mother here, who doesn't play well with others and especially other females.
I try really hard, though. I just don't think she tries as hard.
Well, you try hard and it doesn't work either.
I try.
So you've never.
I try to stay out of things. I try to not get involved in things, and somehow they just keep dragging me back in.
Kind of like when somebody asked me, and this is several years ago. They said, "You know what? I can't ever envision Jennifer having little kids." And I said, "Why? 'Cause she doesn't seem like she likes them much."
I love my children.
That about sums it up.
I love my children. I'm just not a baby person.
We love our children even more right now because you know why?
Because they're not here.
One's in Harrisburg. The other one's at work.
Yeah.
And a year from now, the one will be getting married,
And
about
the other
13
one-
months away. The other one will hopefully be
Moving away.
moving on her own. And we
Yeah.
will be,
Yes.
in fact, we're going to sell the house without them knowing. And they're going to come over and they're going to realize
I love when they're
there
here
is
and they
nobody.
visit. When they're here, they stay a while. They
Yeah, the
have
visit.
dinner. They
Tony
visit.
comes over and she takes noodles, and then she takes a can of sauce.
Well,
and
did
then
we
she
not do the
takes-
same thing to your parents?
That's different.
We used to do the same thing to your parents. Your parents had
All I
that
heard-
huge storage in the basement, and we'd go downstairs and we would ransack their food when they weren't home.
All I ever heard from Tony was, "I can't wait to get out of here." I never once said that to my parents.
No?
Never. As we were, I mean, we got married. I was living at home till I was 22. I mean, we got married. Both of us lived at home, and we weren't shacking up or
I was
anything.
ready to get out of the house.
I never looked at my parents and said, "Oh, I can't wait to get out of this place."
I don't think I said it to my parents,
All
but
right,
I felt it.
I'm having a hot flash.
And I'm sitting here with a blanket on.
Well, the temperature's gone way down too. It was warm this week, like we always get in October, and now the temperature has been crashing.
I don't do well with temperature change.
I love now from this point on.
I don't adjust well.
These are my favorite times. The rest of October, November, December, incredible. I got a hell of a Christmas light show coming
I
up.
don't do well with temperature change and the change of season.
Little to Coffee's
What?
knowledge. I've built up
Quite an arsenal of lights
a bigger arsenal this week.
of lights.
This year.
for
A
the
couple
Christmas decorations.
maxed out credit cards, and we're in business.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else has been going? Oh, I went for a colonoscopy, and I got
You got a golden
I got the
ticket.
golden ticket. So here's the thing: I was how many weeks was it? Like 3 weeks ago or whatever, beginning of September 11th, actually it was.
Okay.
And the Eagles were on the day before, so we had to start. If you've ever had a colonoscopy, you have to do the complete flush of your system,
Correct.
which means everything comes out.
So we set up an iPad in the bathroom.
What? I got the, well, you know what? If you're going for a colonoscopy and people are scaring you about how horrible the prep is and everything, do not listen to them.
Well, it's just that you spent the day in the bathroom.
Well, not even now. What was that stuff, the Clinique you take?
I
There's
don't
these
know.
2 bottles of
It's
Clinique.
everybody does something
And,
different.
well, this is the gold standard now, the Clinique.
Okay.
And it's basically like a water, a flavored water of like raspberry or something. It tastes like water, maybe a tad thicker than water, but it's basically water. I drank them both in one gulp.
Yuck.
Now, you can't eat anything the day before. Now, I made sure I didn't eat a lot on Saturday either. So on Sunday, when I started doing it, we had to take like 5 laxatives at 3:00 in the afternoon, which I wasn't sure how that was going to work, but it really didn't. I don't know. Laxatives
He
don't-
did watch the football game from the bathroom.
off and on, but this is the way it worked. 3 or
So we set up an iPad. I don't think anybody wants the specifics.
6 o'clock.
You don't really need to give people
I'm
the
not. I'm
specifics.
just saying 6 o'clock. I took the first Clinique. All right, and it is the fastest working laxative you'd ever want to take. Literally within 20 minutes, you're ready to go.
God knows what you're putting into your system.
And it lasts.
All those chemicals.
It lasts at 6 o'clock. I took it. It lasted until about 7:30, 7:45, and then the valve shut off, and everything was good. Then you got to get up at 3 a.m.
Do it all over again.
and you got to take it again at 3 a.m. So I took it at 3 a.m. and about 20 after 3, the dam broke again, and for about an hour and a half. I mean, but then by 5 o'clock, 5:15, I had to be there at 6. It was over. So it was only
I only
really.
hope I'm so lucky because I don't
It
think my
was-
system's going to work like
it really
your
was
system
only
works.
about 2.5 hours of running to the bathroom, but it wasn't horrible. It really wasn't.
Most people don't have the experience you have.
And when it's clear, you know you're good.
Most people don't have the experience you have.
And then I get over to the place. Of course, we open the door at 6 a.m. We're waiting outside. People always want to talk to me, of course. I got this one guy there. He was ready for the apocalypse then. This guy had 3 masks on. He was ready for anything. They made him take his mask off, and he got in the back there. They're like, sir, you can't keep your mask on. You got to take your mask. Taking my mask off. You got to take your mask off.
Crazy.
But I was the first one in, and actually good with the IV. Although the woman did say to me, "You're not giving me any kind of confidence while putting this IV in," because I have big scars in my arms. But literally, you went in there. The guy talked to me a little bit, and within 2 minutes, you're out. Completely. Don't let anybody say that you're in a twilight, because you're not in a twilight. You are completely under. They give you that Michael Jackson milk, and you are gone. And when I woke up, I had a piece of paper on my chest.
They don't even talk to you. They just hand you a piece of paper and say, you're good.
And the nurse said, "Oh, welcome back. You've got a golden ticket." And there I was, my colon in front of me in color. You were completely clear, Mr.
So the golden ticket means you don't have to go back for 10 years.
The golden ticket means you don't have to go back for 10 years unless you have problems. Then you do. And I came home.
Again, I don't think I'm going to have as good of an experience as you had.
First thing I horny Terry
I'm
next.
not looking. No, it's dirty. Horny Terry.
Horny Terry next door.
Not looking forward to it.
I ran to her and I wanted to show her my colon.
Nobody wanted to see pictures of your colon.
And nobody wanted to see pictures of my colon.
Why would they?
Because it was interesting. You know why?
Why?
Oh, who are the people in your neighborhood?
Horny Terry.
In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. Say, who are the people in your neighborhood?
Carol across the street.
People that you meet each day. Oh, hi there, little fella.
Oh,
Hey, listen, you know who you could be if I gave you this little hat and a bag to carry
You could
over
be a
your shoulder?
mailman.
and I could be a laundryman.
No, not a laundry
How about
man.
Santa Claus?
No, not Santa Claus.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
We're not done yet. We gotta
Would you
do.
like Christmas?
Oh, I love Christmas, but you could
Chris
be the
next
postman.
door.
I didn't get that far.
Sorry.
Oh, the postman always brings the mail.
Anyway, Chris next door, of course. These are the people in our neighborhood. Crazy Chrissy. We got Easy.
We do.
We got Oscar and Janet across the street.
Fat Janet.
Fat Janet. That's mean.
That's what you call her.
And I'm not sure what we're gonna call the officer and the.
The officer and the gentleman.
Okay.
No.
Hey, speaking of a fire.
I thought they were Barbie and
I was
Ken.
gonna say Barbie and Ken, but.
Don't forget we have Princess.
Oh yeah, Princess up the street, and then you got Lucy down the street, and
Yes.
the best thing is we now have the what is it? What did I call them down the street from A Christmas Story?
Oh, the Bumpuses.
The Bumpuses have moved in, so we have the Bumpuses
We got
living.
a couple new neighbors
We have the Bumpuses down the street.
this year.
If you watch A Christmas Story and you have the Bumpuses, that's exactly what we have going down there. I
Who's
mean,
across the street from the Bumpuses?
it is 10.
That's new neighbors. We didn't give them a name
No,
yet.
I didn't give them name yet. I'll have to think of one. But anyway, the Bumpuses, I mean, the kids, they have
We
about,
just call them the New Yorkers.
they have about 35 kids, okay? And they like to be outside at 10 o'clock at night.
And they really love the rain.
Yeah, like a week and a half ago, they're out there. It is 49 degrees. It is pouring rain. All I hear is screaming at like 9:45. I'm the mean neighbor now. I'm the old man. They're
He
out
likes
there.
to pop balls.
They're out there. Excuse me.
Like pop
Oh, they're
footballs.
footballs,
Yeah,
yes.
you like to pop the.
I also told the one little girl that her ear's going to get cut off because she's had too many ear infections.
Yes, and you told them our children and one of our
I said
child
we had 3 kids and one fell
in the drain.
In the drain.
and
Could you
lives
hear?
down there.
So they're all
he
looking
like
down there.
throws voices down at the drain.
But they're out there playing, no shirts on, just a bathing suit. The little girls have their little bathing suits on. They're out there playing in this. Rain is falling. They're on the trampoline, and then they fill up the pool,
Maybe it's their weekly bath.
and they're in the pool. I don't understand it.
Maybe that's why they like
So
the
I
rain so much.
call Horny Terry and I say, I'm so glad you sold that house, Nick. Wait till we sell our house. We're going to find the biggest bunch of rednecks. I shouldn't say that because then they'd get along perfectly.
They might.
They might, but these are the people in our neighborhood. There's no escaping it
How come we don't have names for the people across the street?
because they're harmless. And they,
So we don't even mention them?
what, Mr. and Mrs. I like them.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like the other ones, but I haven't come up with a name with them.
Okay.
They're
Just
they're
wondering.
they're not around a lot because they're always gone away.
Okay.
And I want to make sure I have their driveway
So
to
we'll call
park
them the
in.
out of towners.
And they pay me to take care of their property, so I'm not going to mess with
So we'll
that.
call them the out of towners.
The out of towners.
Okay.
There we go.
So we have everybody.
Pretty much.
Oh, we missed in between Easy and Horny Terry.
In between Easy. Oh, Caravan.
Okay.
You got Caravan.
I thought that was Soccer Mom.
No, Caravan. And then you got, for like the first year she lived here, I thought she was Caravan, and I would be talking to her husband. Great guy. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Well, I
His name is
realized
not Mark.
like 6 months later, he finally said, my name's not Mark.
You forgot Hat Girl, too.
I was going to say we have Hat Girl. She's just strange.
What are we going to do when we move and we don't have neighbors?
I don't know.
We won't have anything to talk about.
Hat Girl has her Curious George hat. And the big, like the man with the yellow hat. She's out there cutting.
And she has a dog, so she walks her dog with her Curious George
When
hat
she
on.
goes out and cuts the grass on a rare occasion, she has this outfit she puts on that looks like she's going on a safari. And it's crazy.
For the record, we have cameras around our house so that when anybody does anything to our house after we talk about
Yes.
them,
That
we
and
know who has done
that
something.
and we can catch Jennifer Coffee taking
We could.
taking a spill down the steps
Yeah,
last
it
night.
happens.
We're going for a walk, taking Bailey for a walk, and I walk down and I'm ready to cross the street to go get our neighbor's mail. Believe it or not, we have keys to all of our neighbors' houses. And all of a sudden I
They
hear
all trust us.
all I hear is clunk.
somehow.
I hear clunk, clunk, clunk. And I as I turn around, she's
Laying on
doing
the
a
ground.
cartwheel and she almost took my legs out. Bailey ran and she's laying there on her back. And,
Okay, now,
but the first
he's
things
very
I said,
proud of he's very proud of himself because he asked if I was all right, but he
I
didn't
did.
catch the second thing that he said once I was on the ground and he said, "Are you all right?" was, "What the hell are you doing on the ground?"
well, this isn't the first time. A couple of years ago, we were walking out of Sunoco going
I'm
for our walk.
klutzy.
And I look, and all of a sudden she does a header right in the middle of the sidewalk.
I'm a little klutzy. I have big feet.
I
trip
don't know
over
what it
them all the
is, but
time.
of course we have this one on the ring, and I didn't show it to anybody. You showed it before. I'm going to post it on Facebook
That's fine. Go ahead.
so everybody can see it,
That's
like
fine.
you do with me.
Listen, I bruise when you touch me, and I woke up this morning and I thought, oh, I'm going to be all bruised on the side of my body this morning. Luckily, I didn't get hurt, just sore from where I fell, but I don't have a bruise on my body this morning, which is very strange.
It's amazing.
I luckily fell in the grass and not on the sidewalk, and I kept my head up so I didn't hit my head. So I'm good.
Anywho,
It happens. All good.
I know they went to Philly a couple times, and I don't, I hate the city. I really do. But these weirdos down there, I mean, people walking around, the pandemic's over. Okay, despite, when we're on the scare tactics, they're walking down the street and they have a mask on. They're in their car by themselves with a mask on.
I love the sights of the city. I enjoy our trips to the
they're-
city.
And not
I
just
enjoy
and not
seeing
just one mask.
Different people and different things. And
They're going for a
I
walk
enjoy it.
to get whatever fresh air you could possibly get in the city, and they've got like 3 masks on. These people are scared to death.
some people still are.
I mean, they never wore one before and they survived. All of a sudden, they think no matter where they go, they got to cover up their, and hats off to a lot of businesses now. They are not allowing their employees or customers to come into their stores with a mask on.
So what if you are sick?
It doesn't matter. Then go home.
I agree.
You shouldn't be walking into a bank with your mask covered up to
No,
your eyes
I
and your
agree.
glasses on.
I agree.
I mean, look at all these robberies, these smash and grabs.
Which you laugh about
All
at
these-
school. We did away with hoodies because kids would walk around with their hoods on and hide who they were.
All
It's
these
no different.
juvenile delinquents running around taking stuff from these stores like they did in Philly. They ransacked these stores,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them had masks on, of course, because you can't identify them then.
Of course.
I
They'd
mean,
have
we've-
hoods on and masks.
We've helped the criminals right along. Just go ahead, take. Well, as Jason Aldean said, try that in a small town.
Yep.
Better words never
We're spoken.
spoken. There you go. All right. Speaking of COVID and cleanliness, a study found that your car steering wheel is dirtier than a toilet seat.
This doesn't surprise me, actually.
That's because I
It's
don't
not
eat,
our steering wheel because you clean our car 3 times a week. But
and it says that's because you don't eat French fries and pick your nose with my butt cheeks.
okay.
So although once in a while I'll pick something and I'll wipe it on the.
Yeah, but for the most part, our car is cleaned weekly, unlike some people.
And we talked about this on decades, but 2 out of 5 of us did this with our first love, and not what you're thinking. We married them.
Yeah, we did.
When I saw her, we were I was 15, she was 14. I was like, I was going to marry that girl.
And I didn't run.
You know, you've benefited
When
far
you
more.
say things like
You've
that, though, that
benefited-
is creepy
you've
that you
benefited-
thought that at
But
15.
you've benefited far more.
But it's creepy when
Why
you
is
say
it
things
creepy?
like that
I
at 15.
saw you. You were different.
That makes it even worse.
You were like different
You
looking.
did not help your cause.
I mean, you had the whole skanky thing going on.
okay, you're
which I
not
like,
helping your
but,
cause at all.
You know,
I should have run.
I thought, you know what? I could see myself having children with this girl.
Can we go back to the whole car thing for a minute?
Why?
So our car is so clean, you can pretty much eat
here
off
we
the
go.
floor in the car, right? Agreed?
Yes.
I mean, you clean it usually about 3 times a week.
Yes.
Well, there was this noise rattling for weeks in the car. It's been driving me crazy.
Which I never heard any rattling.
Driving
by the way,
me
no
crazy.
rattling.
Both our children have heard it. Couldn't figure out what it was. We once in a while have a hard time with our gas tank opening and closing. So I thought like something in the car was like a bolt or something. Well, I finally got sick of hearing this noise, and there was a cup holder under our seat.
Well, that's not for
rolling
me
around,
because I
but
don't.
as much as you clean the car, how did you miss that?
Because it was probably underneath the sink, and our back of our car is usually spotless all the time, so I don't have to sweep it off all the time because there's nothing back there. So I don't go underneath the sinks,
Well, underneath the seat.
underneath the seats
for weeks now.
I just, unlike with our friend Paul who had
Oh, that was awful.
food that was
Oh.
like 6 weeks old. I don't eat in my car. Nobody eats in my car. I mean, and this is even when we had little kids. Our car was always. I don't go for that excuse. We have kids. That's why your minivan looks like, it looks like a
It was-
dirty toilet bowl.
It was one of those jumbo cup holders to hold like your Stanley
and
cup or whatever.
I wouldn't even think of looking for that because I don't use it. And when I stick the hose under the vacuum, it's not going to pull it out.
Obviously.
And there's no way for
But-
me to stick my head underneath there
Well, I did.
because it
That's how I
annoyed
found
you.
it.
Otherwise, the car would never be clean with you.
Correct.
You
I
would
would have
just-
I take it to a car wash.
Anyway, getting back to my topic.
Sorry. Go
Men
ahead.
find women more attractive in fall and winter. Study showed, this is from the University of Wrocław, that men seem to find women more attractive in fall and winter than in the months of maximum exposure.
The youngins haven't gotten this memo because they walk around with no clothes on all
Yeah,
the time.
it's girls. The younger girls said they don't realize that you don't have to show 75% skin on your body because you're not going to get the correct guys that are just looking at the skin on your body.
Correct.
But they don't seem to
Understand that
understand
fact.
that. 4 things you didn't know yesterday.
Oh, I like these.
The shortest river in the U.S. is the Roe River in Montana, measuring only 201 feet long.
And that's a river?
It is.
Sounds like a creek.
A group of cats is called a clouder.
A clouder?
In movies and shows, actors who smoke often use prop cigarettes filled with herbs such as tea. Bunch of wusses. English is the language with the most words
Well, that we all know. English is hard to learn.
because there's so many different meanings for so many different words.
And spelled, same word spelled different ways. Yes. Homonyms.
I found a bunch of things here and I can't. I had them all highlighted. Oh, here's where. I highlighted them, see? Now, I don't know if you ever go on Reddit or
Oops.
is it Reddit? Read it? Reddit? I guess it's Reddit.
I don't know.
Somebody posted this. Why am I more in love now than 30 years ago?
Why?
And you would never write this, but this is something I would write.
Okay, go ahead. Why?
And this reads, a simple read and respond with a co-host or a phone top. Oh, that's what I should do. I guess I shouldn't read that part. The question is, are you more in love today than when you got married? Okay, so this may seem like a silly question, this guy writes. But I'm approaching 30 years being married, and I'm wondering why these days I am way more in love than I was when we first got married. Exponentially. I will see her face amongst others when at a party, and all I want to do is walk over and give her a kiss, and sometimes I do.
We don't go
Now-
to parties.
I
Go
lost my
ahead.
spot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
I'm
rain on
finding-
your parade. Go ahead.
I'm finding her way more attractive now than when we got married. She's always had a great figure and been a bit of a hottie, but I'm just way more attracted to and in love now than I was when we first got married. Yes, I was in love when we got married, but these days it just seems to be that I'm infatuated with her. So basically his question is, have others noticed their love for their significant other increase tenfold as you mature in your relationship? Now, I often express my love. And I will hug and I will.
Should I state my comment?
What my beautiful wife here will say to me is,
can you love me a little less?
Is there a chance that you could love me just a little bit less today? Yep. Who says that?
I said that.
And there's times I just walk across the room and I will kiss you on the cheek and you'll go, what?
Sometimes things are overwhelming.
Or you will say, what do you want?
Sometimes you're overwhelming.
I'm just saying, I find you more attractive than you were 30 years ago.
Well, thank you.
And I see, but you won't say it to me. Do you love me more now than you did 30 years ago? Sometimes.
I'll think about it.
Your dog is probably dumber than you think. And this goes for, we got.
I was like, where'd our dog go?
We've had a couple dogs. I mean, there was Misty, who we had for 13 years, a border collie. Great dog, very smart.
A rough first couple of years.
Charlie, which was a
lab mix.
A lab mix. The dumbest dog you'd ever want to meet.
I'm not on the lab train because labs I've never found to be the smartest dogs.
Then we had Falco. Falco was a German Shepherd. Smartest dog.
It was a rough start.
But smartest dog. You would show Falco once. The second time he would try it. The third time he would learn it. And that was it. Falco knew exactly what to do.
Falco is easy to train.
Then we come to Bailey. And
the jury's still out.
Bailey is part German Shepherd and part
Border Collie.
So how could you miss? Well,
what a dumb mix to make.
Bailey is a ball of energy.
Yes.
All the time. Well, not her battery runs out about 8:30 or so. But I think that it's like a rebound from you're with a girl for, or a guy for years and you break up and then you rebound to another significant other within a week or two.
Let me just say.
I'm just saying that I think what we did is we rebounded too quick.
I don't think so. But Bailey has the energy of a border collie, which anybody that has a border collie, I don't know where she is.
I have no idea. Trying to think what she's into now.
But Bailey has the energy of a border collie, but the problem of that is she has the power and the strength of a German Shepherd. So her energy and her strength combined sometimes don't go well together.
You get up in the morning, hi, Bailey, and Bailey comes running full trot to you and jumps in your arms.
Yeah.
Now, Bailey is 7 months old and is probably pushing 65 pounds at this point and
Correct.
Growing every single day.
Yes.
And
her paws go on my shoulders when she stands up.
I'm just saying that I think Bailey was a rebound.
I wouldn't say that. That's terrible.
And
that makes it sound like a mistake.
No, I love Bailey dearly. Tony was a rebound.
No, she was not. You make people sound like mistakes. None of them are mistakes.
I'm not saying Bailey was a mistake, but Bailey we got about a week after, 2 weeks after Falco died, and only because you didn't challenge me that I wouldn't call about the dog, and I did, and then you were like, "Oh no, we're stuck with it. We have another dog already."
Yes, I said wait a month.
And Bailey bamboozled us. I mean, on the way home, she lay in my arms. She cried a little bit.
Puppies are cute.
Now
puppies are cute purposely because the terror.
Now she has completely taken over.
She has,
and she is smart. She's learned a lot of things, like knocking the lamp over,
eating the cat.
The other day, I should say about a week ago, she brings me my shoes. Then she brings me Sam's socks. Then she brings me the cat.
Yeah, she's good at retrieving things. You think she'd part retriever? She has no retriever in her.
Your dog may be a good boy, but he's not as smart as you think.
Oh, yeah.
Research found while dogs have a unique set of cognitive abilities, they're not inherently smarter than other animals. One of the researchers said they're smart, but they're not standout smart. The popular opinion that dogs are exceptionally smart probably persists for a few reasons. Dogs are easy to study. So there's simply more information about their cognitive abilities than those of other species. And because humans have an especially close relationship, there probably is an element of confirmation bias in the scientific. I love when I see people and they say, "Oh my God, my dog is so smart." and this dog is chasing his tail in circles and running up and down like a
Bailey's
chihuahua.
biggest problem is she likes to dig.
Yes. Well, Misty dug too. Misty would dig a hole to China in the.
Yes, I understand.
And I'd walk outside. She'd be covered in mulch and look up at me like, "Oh, I didn't do it."
Charlie. Misty. Now I don't even know the name of our dog. Bailey.
Bailey.
Bailey likes to show all her mistakes, like her coffee stain on her nose from drinking coffee.
Well,
and
she likes
her
her
muddy paws, and she hasn't learned yet to hide her mistakes.
Just like Falco, Bailey loves a frozen coffee.
Correct.
So she drives me crazy. I'll get a frozen coffee from Dunkin' or a frappe from McDonald's, and she will sit there and wait. And she has this enormous tongue.
She does. She has a bigger tongue than any dog
Huge
we've ever
tongue.
had. Yes.
That when Falco would take 10 minutes to drink a frappe, like a half a cup or whatever.
Not even.
Bailey's tongue goes all the way down to the bottom and just scoops everything up. Well, there was no way to hide from you when she came home because she had coffee stains all over her nose. She
snout.
just came back from the groomers
Yes, all her white was covered in coffee.
and she was completely stained.
Yeah, so there goes for the not so smart animal.
Bailey has a lot to learn.
Well, she is only a 7-month-old puppy. You have to keep that in mind. Takes about a year or two for border collies to get with the flow of things.
I'm hoping it's a year.
Yeah, well,
And
see.
finally, special events this week: National Metric Week, Women's Motorcycle Week. Of course, it's Columbus Day coming up.
no,
What?
it's Indigenous People Day.
What is?
On Monday, it's Indigenous.
Columbus Day.
No,
It
it's
says-
not Columbus
It says
Day.
Columbus Day on the calendar here.
It does
is Columbus
not.
Day. Well, it's
My
for-
calendar at work says
I don't
Indigenous
care
People
what
Day.
your Democratic liberal calendar says.
It's the calendar that
Columbus
I have.
Day.
Not anymore. They
It's
don't call it
It's a
that.
big Italian holiday.
They don't
it's
call it
Columbus
that
Day.
anymore.
Well, I'm calling it Columbus Day. It's Drink Local Wine Week, Emergency Nurses Week, Fire Prevention Week, World Rainforest Week, National School Lunch Week. It's Thanksgiving in Canada.
I will say our school lunches have gotten much better this year.
Now it is called, and it says right here,
Now that they got rid of all the Michelle
says-
Obama policies.
Native American Day, Columbus Day, Fire Prevention Day, International Beer and Pizza Day, Leif Erikson Day, Moldy Cheese Day, Sneakers Day, Scrubs Day, Submarine Hoagie Hero Grinder Day,
Indigenous People Day.
and Columbus Day. It says it right next to it.
Nope, they got rid of that.
It says it right there.
Nope,
You
they
didn't
got
get
rid of
rid of
that.
it. I'm going to look it up here in a
Okay,
second.
you look
All
it
right.
up.
All right, make sure you listen to Decades with Joey Kramer. Hey, next week she's gonna sing.
Hey, guess what?
Hey,
That's your new thing. Hey,
she's gonna sing.
hey, guess what?
We'll find a good song to sing next Saturday,
Hey,
which will
guess
be
what?
October. What are you making fun of me about?
I said, hey, guess what?
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not making fun of you.
And it's Earthquake, not Earthquake.
Hey, guess what?
I'm Joey Kramer,
I'm Jennifer Coffee.
and soon it'll be just Kramer
Coffee
and no
Kramer.
coffee. Have yourself a good one.